Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the Liberal Loudmouth. So I wanted to address the story about the guy that rammed through that crowd of people at the Christmas market in Germany. You know, Twitter went crazy calling it an Islamist jihadist attack, a terror attack from the Muslim countries, and they go on this xenophobic, this religious rant about how bad Muslims are, etc., etc. You know the story. So it turns out, we're probably going to stop hearing about this in the media because this guy wasn't a member of Islam. He was a doctor who fled Saudi Arabia because he wasn't a Muslim. He was an atheist and was being persecuted. Went to Germany, thought that they were purposely trying to jihadize Germany. So he became very pissed off at the government. Let me just show you this article here. Now, I have it translated, so I'm sure some of this isn't like one-to-one. But here's what we know. According to initial findings, the man's a 50-year-old specialist in psychiatry and psychotherapy from Saudi Arabia, born in 1974. He came to Germany in 2006. He has a permanent residence permit because he was recognized as a refugee in Germany in 2016. In a 2019 interview with Foz, the perpetrator described himself as the, quote, most aggressive critic of Islam in history. He is an atheist and has applied for asylum in Germany because he fears persecution as an unbeliever and critic of Islam in his home country. It appears this guy was starting to go kind of crazy, which is interesting given that he was a psychiatrist, a doctor, in fact. Quote, I hold the German nation responsible for the killing of Socrates, and another reason why I hold German citizens responsible for the persecution I experienced in Germany is the story of a USB stick stolen from my mailbox. The government is criminal instead of protecting me. The police are criminals. In this case, I hold the German nation and the German citizens responsible. Germany is hunting Saudi asylum seekers inside and outside Germany to destroy their lives, and Germany wants to Islamize Europe. It's actually worse than just he thought they were Islamizing Europe. The individual who ran into a crowd with a car at a Christmas market was identified as an atheist and ex-Muslim. First, I assure you that if Germany wants a war, we will fight it. If Germany wants to kill us, we will slaughter them, die, or go to prison with pride because we have exhausted all peaceful means and all have received from the police, state security, the prosecution, the judiciary, and the federal ministry of the interior more crimes against us. Peace is of no use with them. And this is interesting. He's also the supporter of Israel and recommends Israel occupying and annexing Syria, Lebanon, and Palestine. Part of Syria were lucky enough to join Israel. The real resistance against Israel is the one-state solution. We call on the Arabs to take to the streets in demonstrations to demand that Israel annex the West Bank and Gaza, and if they so wish, to annex Lebanon as well. I mean, guys, that does not sound like an Islamic terrorist to me. He also supports the idea of a greater Israel. Here's a post from him posting this picture. And then we have this audio of him as well.
And what I noticed is that if you are a alleged Saudi ex-Muslim, the most likely country to reject your asylum, despite being clearly legit, is Germany. Like if you're legit, like in the Netherlands, Holland, it's like 0% that they will reject your asylum application, and then and in New Zealand it's 0%. In the UK, I'm not very sure, but I haven't found any clear case of a legit asylum applicant who has been rejected in the UK. But that happened in Germany frequently. And Germany was the only country in which a legit Saudi ex-Muslim could face rejection of his asylum application.
So what he's saying here is that people who are ex-Muslim are being rejected for their application for refugee status, which is interesting given that that was his case and he made it in and is now a permanent resident. But that's the point he's trying to make, and this is what's frustrating him, which completely demolishes the Fox News version of this man where, oh, it's Islamic terrorism.
There's no doubt. Germany created some sort of an overt operation, covert operation to chase chase Saudi ex-Muslims and try to destroy their lives. Absolutely.
Okay, and what he's saying there is that the German government has some covert operation to go after and destroy the lives of ex-Muslims from, Saudi Arabia, perhaps even from other countries. But that's his point, and that's what caused him to become violent or have violent reaction to them. Again, you're probably not going to hear this on Fox News or OANN, and I'm sure this news story is going to die because it doesn't fit the right-winger corporate bullshit narrative media that we see today. So if this story drops off the face of the earth, this right here is the reason for that. I've seen it over and over again. I have to admit that I was deceived by Western leftists. I thought they welcome refugees because they care for human rights, but my experience in Germany showed me that they welcome refugees because they want to Islamize Europe. The real hero is this man, Geert Wilders. Islam is a lie. Muhammad is a criminal. The Quran is poison. Let's stop importing this totalitarian ideology. Now, before I go into this next tweet, I want to show you a news article from Reuters. Elon Musk backs Germany's far-right AfD, which is the alternative for Germany. It's a far-right, almost like Nazi-type far-right government for Germany. He came out and made a post about it on X. Only the AfD can save Germany. This is what Musk wrote. This guy is like just placing himself in the middle of all these things, and we know that Musk now loves Nazism and fascism, but and now here he's pushing it all across the world, which gives a little bit of context to this post right here. I and AfD are fighting the same enemy to protect Germany. Yeah. So he's a far-right lunatic that was starting to lose his mind, and everybody wants to paint him as an Islamic terrorist because that fits their narrative. Yet, in fact, this guy loved Elon Musk, apparently. Now, right here, you can see he reposted somebody. Can you find one positive thing about Islam? We just scroll down a little bit more, and there's more of this stuff, like right here. This is interesting. He reposted somebody who said, I was the first Israeli to support the Syrian revolution, and today 80% of the Israeli people are with me. Down here, Islam wants global domination. And this is the area that they believe they're trying to Islamize Europe over. And here's a picture of Merkel that he reposted. I destroyed Europe. So this guy was clearly starting to lose his mind. I mean, he thought the government was after him. He was very paranoid. He thought that they were stealing stuff from his mailbox, like a USB drive or something, and that they were literally after him. And this paranoid delusion led to him ramming his car into a Christmas market, which then caused this domino effect of all the Western media and generally, white Christians are, oh my God, the Islamic terrorists are killing us again. Look we're so persecuted. You got to go after the Islamists. They're so radical and violent. Except that narrative is false in this case. This guy was a Zionist atheist who had denounced Islam, fled from Saudi Arabia for being persecuted, for being an atheist, gets to Europe and is like, oh my God, they're Islamizing Europe. So then he just generates this delusion in his mind, goes crazy, kills a bunch of people. The media then blows up and says Islam is coming after you and Muslims are coming after you. It's a story that we've seen time and time again, and now you're going to watch the media stop talking about this entirely, because despite people believing that all the media is left-wing media, it's not. It's right-wing, corporate, white Christian bullshit media. So this story is going to go away because now they've realized that, oh, this doesn't fit into our little narrative box. We can't just put it in the, look, it's another Muslim doing this thing. And, and how racist is that anyway? It's like, you got brown skin and you're from the Middle East. You must be a Muslim. It's kind of gross. And then finally, I will leave you with the philosophical question. Chicken or egg? Which came first? Because this guy was supporting Elon Musk's far-right Nazification of Europe, as Donald Trump is also trying to Nazify and fascize the United States. So Are they creating these paranoid, delusional people that support their causes? Are they creating that? Or are these people already just kind of nuts, and that's why they support Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and that far-right, fascist, Nazi line of thinking? Let me know what you think the answer to that question is in the comments section below. I think it's an interesting question, and I'm not sure we have a clear answer to that yet. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. This is the Liberal Loudmouth. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all the support, and we'll catch you in the next video. This is the Liberal Loudmouth. Peace.